So we're gonna go in. Thin part, making sure it's at the edge. You want to make sure you don't have any flyaways coming down from the bottom. I know some people use those Velcro strips. Use that in the beginning. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable. I just don't use them because it kind of slows down the process. But definitely make sure that you are not getting any flyaways into the hair. I mean, into the tapes, into the sandwiches of the tapes. I'll do that later. Hairstyle. So cool. Now you can see that I have room, space enough for 2 tapes. So I'm just going to go back to this other side and do a thin layer. I'm going to do the same thing, clean out the edges. And sandwich them. Boom. Okay. So I'm like I said, I'm about hair health, and I don't want to jeopardize the integrity of anyone's hair. So even if, because we're not perfect, so even if the brick lay isn't there isn't room enough to put another tape, theoretically there's room. But because I want her hair to be healthy, I don't want anything sticking to the other. I just don't want a gooey mess. I am going to not lay one right here, but do a split right over it. I'm going to do a small split for the tape right over it. And I'm literally going to lay that tape right there. So it's like it will be in the same place, but it's essentially not in the same place. Let me do that so y'all can see. Okay, it's like it's in the same place, but I just did a little split right above it so it can lay on top of these tapes instead of being crunched up in the middle. And that's the way people, that's another way people, here's people deal with like breakage and their install just not being the best that it can be. It's because people try to cram in tapes, and it's just not healthy for your hair. So I would just go in right on top. It's literally like it's in the same place, but it's not. Pull up, pull down. I need a little bit more strip of hair. This is the perfect example so you guys can see. So if you do your tapes uneven, if you don't have hair distributed all throughout the tape, it's gonna lean. And that's how breakage happens. That's how splitting happens. Just all of these things that we don't want. So you'll lift the tape up, pull it up, and sandwich down. And I'm going to take some of the hair off of it just so it can be a thin layer. And then I'm going to take,
I need some more.
Oh, you need more? I'm going to take another tape and sandwich her one. Boom, just like that. So now I'm going to go through with my private label clamper and clamp all of these tapes.
So, you know, coming back for the maintenance, we discussed maintenance and all of those good things. What about reinstall? Like, what's that process like?
So the reinstalling process is, of course, you'll come to me. I'll take them down with my solution and another curve part, y'all. Make sure you keep on curving up. So I will take the tapes down and shampoo your hair, get all the glue and things out of your hair, and then I will so for me, I make it a 2-day process because reinstalling tapes is very time consuming. And you just want to make sure that you're able to get all the glue off of the hair and you're not rushing the process. So for me, it's a 2-day process. So right here, y'all, I'm gonna be on the edge of her hair. So right where we parted her behind her ear, I'm literally going to put the tape right here because the way we're curving up, it's going to veil on top regardless. So I will show you all where I'm putting the tape, which is like right here. I'm probably going to move it like if a centimeter to the right, just so I have a little hair to pull off of the edge. But essentially, it's going to be on the side of her head. But back to the reinstall. I make it a 2-day process so that way I can get all of the glue off of the tape and make sure that your hair is completely shampooed and clean. I also silk press you that day, so you'll come back like with your hair silk pressed, and then we'll just be installing tape. So the tape in reinstall is taking the tape off of the tape in and retaping it. So you can use your tape ins. You can use your private label tape ins for years if you want to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because all you have to do is literally take off the tape and wash the hair, shampoo the hair, shampoo the hair, and reuse it. You can cut it, color it, whatever you want to do, you can do it.
See, make that investment one time.
That one-time investment, literally, like that one-time investment. And I say that's why I feel like tapes are worth the price, because if you're literally making an investment for your hair, you're getting the hair
right,
and you can reuse it. All you have to do is retape it, and your install lasts for 10 to 12 weeks. And that's a great investment to me. That sounds like a great investment where you'll get a wig and pay $500 for the wig for 2 weeks. And not even that. Like, so I think tape-ins are cleaning off the edges. I think tape-ins are good for people who want versatility and who want the naturaler look, and just a flat install regardless. When I'm running my fingers through, do you feel any pulling? So that's what you want to constantly make sure with the tape-ins. You just want to make sure that your client is comfortable. Their hair is comfortable. So as y'all see, I'm going back and forth from each side, from one side to the next, just to make sure I am keeping it as even as possible. And I'm going to clean out those ends. Okay.
Yes, I'm happy that, we did go over that, because I feel like price is the biggest, that's the biggest thing I feel like about tape-ins that'll draw people away from them, because they are pricey. It is a pretty pricey install. But again, it is worth it, especially if you want that freedom, that versatility. Like, I was ready to get them because I was tired of putting on wigs. I really didn't want to sew in because I wanted to let my scalp breathe a little bit. So
yeah, and I feel like it's the perfect like style, because I'm one of those people who I love extensions. Okay? Like, I would be telling a story if I said I didn't love long hair that goes down my back.
Okay.
But I also want hair that I can scratch my scalp. I can do a ponytail when I don't want it in my face.
Right.
I can do 2 parts. I can do a half up, half down. I can do everything that I do with my real hair with this hair. It's just extended length.
Right.
You know? And to me, that feels like the best of both worlds.
Period.
Like, tape-ins are the best of both worlds. So actually, I wanted to talk about as well install.
Okay.
What the prep should be for you to even qualify for
Right.
tape-ins.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because people think that everyone qualifies for tape-ins. And I know with textured hair, that's not the case. So even with non-textured hair, you still want to make sure that your client hair integrity is there.
Right.
You don't ever want to just slap tapes on top of an unhealthy head of hair. Like, it just wouldn't make sense. Make sure I don't know. Okay. It just wouldn't make sense to do. So number one, I always look at whether your hair is treated or not. Like, and treated as in, are you taking care of your hair? Is your hair moisturized? Is it dry? Do is it frizzy? What all of those things I look at when I install tapes, because that would make the difference in your install.
Okay.
So the second thing that I look at is length. And you don't have to have super long hair or hair to your shoulders to do tapes. You can do tape ins at any length, because tape ins can go very far up your head, so your veil won't be too much to hide the tapes. But you just want to make sure you have an even length all over. Like, you don't want super bad breakage in the middle of your head, and then you're just like super sporadic all over your head. You want to make sure that you have at least a structure of your hair. What's the third thing that I look at? How you take care of your hair, like how you maintenance your hair, if you even wear a scarf at nighttime. Like, those are things that I ask, because if you don't even like know how to do your own hair, and then now you have your own hair fully out,
Right.
with extensions on top of it,
Right.
it's gonna get hectic.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you are
That's the last one I got.
okay. You want to make sure that you know how to take care of your own hair before you put these tapes in. Because people, I don't know, some people always feel like all your hair is out with tapes, but I'm like, they kind of are.
Majority.
Well, all of it is out. Like, all of it is out. No matter if hair is veiled on top of it, all of your hair is out. So you want to make sure that you're able, like, that's why when I asked you, can you wrap your hair? Like, like those things, because those are things that you're going to need to know once you leave from me.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So a consultation is required for sure.
Oh, for sure. Like with you, I'm like, can you send a picture of your hair? Like, I've already seen your hair in person, but I just want to make sure. And even when I seen her off camera, I seen her, and this is not a lie.
Right.
I seen her, and I literally put my fingers through her hair. I made sure that I didn't see any, any breakage or bald spots or just anything. Or if I did, I wanted to make sure I knew where it was and knew her head of hair. I just want to see her scalp and see if, it's looking right and it's tight. So, so that I can ensure that what I'm doing is correct for her. Like, no install is the same.
Right.
You have to differentiate your installs based off of the people. You don't want to have the same technique for each person. Like, you're gonna have the same technique, but you're gonna want to do things just a tad bit different based on their head. So now I'm going through with my clampers and just making sure that they are taped together securely. Okay.
So someone who is like suffering from hair loss, due to maybe a bad install, either medical reasons, would tape-ins be for them or no?
So, okay. I kind of battle with that because, like, there's a thing of, like, not wanting to tell them no.
Right.
Because it's out of their control. It's not like, they've been dyeing their hair so much that they've broken off. It's like a medical condition.
Right.
So you don't want to deprive someone of, like, having that experience.
Right.
Nevertheless, you don't want to, sometimes you have to say no.
Right.
Because, it's just the integrity of your name as well with being a hairstylist, and you don't want to just be telling everybody yes, and you got people talking about you how you messed up their hair and stuff like that. So when people have like medically diagnosed like alopecia and things like that, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend tape-ins. I don't recommend any tension. Although tape-ins are the least amount of tensions out of all the extensions, I just would not recommend. Oh, so we're right here, you guys. So I probably done 1, 2, 3 layers off from her ear. So right when you get to this point, and I'm gonna just show you guys. Right when you get to this point, I would say that's like half of your rat tail. You want to make sure that you start going back in side of your section. So I'm going to do a thin layer, of course, but instead of being on her edge like this one is, I'm going to place it a little bit more inside of her section. So that way, when it starts to veil, it can truly veil over. So I'm going to clean her edges off. And then I'll show y'all again for the other side how and what I'm doing.
So normally how many tapes like go in the back opposed to the front?
The majority go in the back. So if I'm doing 80 tapes on you, so I'll probably put 60 in the back. 60 in the back and like 20 in the front.
Okay.
Or like 30 in the front. But the front is where you're going to be more versatile at.
Right.
So you just want to make sure that the client can be versatile. So, let me show you guys. Half of the rat tail. Once you're halfway up, you're not going to go on the edge like this tape in is. You're going to take that off and you're going to literally go inside of the section a little bit more, push up, and clean off her edges, and then sandwich it. So that way the veil will be veiling and you won't see any tapes.
So how do you keep track of how many tapes you've installed? Like I've watched a live tape and install before, and this particular stylist put it in the client's hand to help him keep track. Like, hey, let me know when we're down to a boom boom amount of pieces left. And of course, conversation happens. It kind of slipped both of their minds. So as he's in the front, he's like, pass me some more. And she's like, I don't have any more to pass.
Oh my gosh.
So it was literally like, I think he only was able to probably put like 4 sandwiches in the front, maybe.
4?
Yeah, it was like very minimal. It was very minimal.
So how I gauge it is I can kind of tell now.
Okay.
Like I'm looking at yours and I'm like, I can tell by this part of it.
Okay.
So and even like this, I can show you all. Even like the layer that we have right here, I'm like, okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means I have literally 6 because tape ends is split down the middle because it's a sandwich. So I'm like, okay, I know I have 3 tapes, 3 more tapes to do. And that's why I feel like I do the brick lay method because it gives me more room for error.
Okay.
Like, so it won't be looking super thin up top because I've layered it to where you can't even tell where your hair starts and this hair begins, So I feel like the brick lay method gives me more of room for error. Like it gives me room to see like, okay, like even if because I've done that before, like not really be paying attention, talking, and now I don't have no more tapes. But with the brick lay method and with the way that we parted it, you can always just layer this hair right on top and blend it just the same.
Okay.
So, and that way you'll have hair laying on this side and you'll have hair laying on this side, and it won't just be like a straight line across and you can't camouflage it.
Gotcha. Have you ever had somebody, because me personally, like I want to do middle part, side part, pull it back. But have you ever had somebody say like, hey, I do, I'm coming to get tape ins, but I want to just wear it on the side part only. So can you like make it full on like that side? Like, could it work like that with tape ins?
So the funny thing is that I always tell my clients because you have those people who are kind of particular. And I think everybody's particular. Everybody has their own things that make them happy.
Right.
So I've had clients to be like, I only wear a side part and I only wear a middle part. And so just doing tape ins, I've learned, once I get to the top, I always ask you, do you ever wear a side part?
Okay.
And if you tell me no, if you're like really like, no, I never wear a side part, I don't want to wear a side part, it's no point, I'll just do you for a middle part.
Okay.
So that way you can be full enough for each side.
Right.
And then if somebody's like, I never wear a middle part, I hate the way middle parts look on me, I know, okay, cool. So I'm going to layer you up this way for your side part. Okay. But that's still why I do my parts this way, because it gives me room enough to have it even in the back. So where if I'm in the front, it doesn't matter which part they want. Okay. I can make sure that it looks good in the front. But the back is where you want all your fullness and your length, because you can move this over to the side. Right. And this is why I angle it up as well, is because this is laying on your shoulder. Right. So this will still be access for you to have some hair on the side. Makes sense. Thanks. But yes, so we're going to go in. We're still curving that part. As you can tell, we're at like a U now. Or like a crescent C. So I'm going to do one more. Let me see, girl. You got me.
I'm sorry. Right now,
let me make sure. While I'm over here talking, right? But so, like I said, we have like a crescent, and this is gonna be my last. This is gonna be my last section, because like we were saying, we just want to make sure that you have enough tapes, but nevertheless, you want to make sure you have enough hair veiling over. I'm not a girl who throws 1,500 tapes in your hair. That's just not me. Just because I like the natural, timeless look. And I also want to make sure your hair is healthy from your install. So like we did on the last one, you're just making sure you're going in a little bit more. You're going in a little bit more for that veil. You're going to clean off your edges. Here we go. And then you're going to put another one, sandwich it right on. Boom. And then I'm going to go to my other side and I'm going to make a part thin. If y'all see, all of these parts that I'm doing are literally paper thin, sandpaper thin. And I don't want to emphasize too thin because you don't want it to be crazy thin, but you do want it to be thin enough to where it's see-through and so it's not too thick and it's not like slipping out the client's head. Clean those edges. Okay. So how do you want it styled? What were you thinking?
Oh, that's a good question. I definitely want some nice like romance curls.
Okay. So big body curls.
Yeah, big body curls.
Okay.
And the middle part is fine with me. I do wear a side part, but we could leave it in the middle part.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna leave you a side part.
Okay.
Regardless.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show you all how I section off my side parts and how that just goes for me in my process. Okay. Pull up, push up, pull down, smooth out, edges. That should be what's repetitive in your head. Thin part, smoothing down. Make sure you're putting as much tension on the hair as possible. And then we got one of those moments again to where I have to go a little bit higher than the section that I have already just to make sure her hair does not crumble up and get gluey. So I literally just did a small thin layer right on top. And I'm going to pull up, place this right on her, push up, pull down, smooth out, clean those edges, and then sandwich your other tape on top. Oh, hungry.
Right, I was just thinking, I hope my stomach does not tell on me.
My stomach is telling on me right now. Okay, so as you all can see, it looks nice and full, but natural at the same time. We love that for her.
Right.
And then we're going to let her veil down so you guys can see how that seamlessly veils over everything else. So, okay. So, do y'all see how that literally, I'm going to turn her around so y'all can see. This literally covers. It's nowhere that you see the tape. I'm going to show you the other side. This literally covers her, so you can't see any tape. So this is now where you tell your client, so from ear to ear, this is where you're able to do your half up, half down.
Okay.
So that way you'll have a veil and you won't have to try to figure out like, how am I going to cover it?
Right.
Or whatever the case is, you already have that. So this way she's able to do her half up, half down. And she's all good.
And they feel so light. Like I can't
right? Don't
tell
they
that
feel
they in there? Yeah.
just seamless. Okay, so now we're at the front. Say hi, Star.
They ain't seen me in a while.
Right, they haven't seen you in a while. So this is where we decipher which part she wants. So she's already told me that you want a side part. Great.
And I do wear it on the side.
And you do wear it on the sides. So I always do a diagonal back on each side just so the hair can veil in front of their face. So I don't think I do straight parts throughout literally in the back is the only place you're doing a straight part. So right here in the front, we're going to make her veil, of course. So that way she's able to do her ponytails. And right here is always the shortest part. So you just always, I feel like the diagonal back gives you a little bit more of room to play with because you can just have some more room to put your tape and to cover your tape as well. So this is our veil. So we're going to take a little section and install her tape. So we're going to take a small piece, a small strip, like we've been doing the rest of them. Lift up, push down, push up, clean those edges, and smooth out. So we're going to place this. I'm going to place this right on top of here. And so make sure none of those edges are in there. Uh-oh. Use my handy dandy clamp. Okay. So right here is where you just test to see, like, okay, can you see the tape? Can you not? In this case, you cannot see the tape. So we're going to continue to go up. And I do 2 tapes, and then I turn the client around and ask them where they would want their side part at. Some people like their side parts a little deeper. Some people like them higher, like an offset middle. So, you just ask your client. Make sure you don't just assume you know where they want their part. Because based off of their facial structure to themselves, they might want it in a different place than you might want it. So, or that you might envision it or whatever the case. Clean out those ends. Okay. Ooh, it's looking nice. Lay that on top. You're still making sure you're mobile. Use that private label clamp. Am I able to go up? Am I able to go down? Yes, I am. So now, this is where I'll turn my client to the mirror. And I ask her, can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. And I ask her, where do you like your side part?
Literally, like, where you got this curve at, it's like perfect.
So right on top of, so she likes hers right on top of her recession. So we're just gonna, I always do a curved part. Do you like curved parts?
Yeah.
Okay. So doing a curved part, and this is where your side part will be. So I'm going to just turn it around and show you all that this is her side part. Look at that. So cute.
Yes.
So nice. So I always leave enough hair to veil on each side. So right here, I see where she wants her side part at now. So based on these, I am going to leave this so she has enough to veil over this side. And I'm going to leave, well, I'm going to do another diagonal back and leave her enough to veil over the tape. You know, leave her enough to veil over the tape so you won't see the tape when she makes her side part.
Okay.
So we're going to leave that out like that. And this is why it's so important to do diagonal backs, is because you want to make sure that when you're installing your tapes for your middle part, that they're veiling over her face. So you're gonna curve this back so when you lay your tape, it'll veil right over her hair. That's why it's so essential to do curved parts, because it just makes the install look way more seamless. You won't have those front hairs. You know how you always have like those front hairs leaning up? You won't have that problem. So at the front, you can literally take it as close as you want. I always leave like I have like a centimeter of hair like off, just because I wouldn't want it to be on her edge. But you can put it as close as you want, lift it up, pull it down, clean those edges off. So I'm gonna put this right on top. And as you can tell, it literally veils right over her hair. So that's what we want it to do. We don't want it to be straight to where it's laying to the side. You want it to lay to the front. So that way, when we veil her down, when we take her veil off, it will literally just lay flat, and y'all will see that. So I'm gonna do one more. Oh. So, literally gonna do one more. Pull up, push up, pull down. Uh-oh. So when you have it leaning to the side, just make sure you pull it off and put it back on. You don't want anything not equal. The whole point of the taping install is for everything to be equal. You want the parts to be equal. You want the hair on the tape to be distributed equally. You wanted equal tapes on each side. That's just the vibe for tapes. Equality.
Right. Symmetry.
Symmetry. There we go. So I'm going to take my handy dandy private label clamper, clamp those tapes. And then I am going to diagonal back once again.
And these tapes aren't moving, y'all. Y'all seen she done combed them through. She's moving them. They aren't moving at all. These are currently on sale in the Atlanta showroom at the moment, for as low as you're gonna get tape-ins.
Literally. Literally.
The lowest you're gonna get tape-ins.
And I use these tapes on my clients.
All the time.
All the time. I'm in here.
Girl, yeah.
I'm in here like every other day. But they're amazing. My clients love them. They're silky, they're soft. They still have texture to them. So, because they're raw, right? So there is raw hair. They still have texture to them. And so you won't just have that like silky looking stuff. It's really nice hair. And it blends with coarse hair just as well as silky smooth hair. It just does what it needs to do all the time. So now I'm checking to see if I could add another tape, and I can. So you just want to make sure that you still know where your divide is with your install. So I'm gonna turn her around. You just want to make sure you know that, okay, boom, I have to stop right here because if I don't, I will be going into her half up, half down. So I can place another tape right there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place another tape. And like I said, with tape ends, you can go as far up as you want, literally. As long as the hair is able to cover, as long as their hair is able to cover the tape, you're good. Like, you can take that tape in as far up as you want it to be. Of course, to where the hair isn't, the tape isn't showing.
So would it kind of be like the fuller the hair, the more tapes that can go in it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's exactly what it is. And the finer the hair, the less tapes.
Okay.
Like, and if their hair is finer, I put most of the tapes in the bag. Okay. Well, I do that regardless, but you won't be able to, do as many parts if I'm trying to put a lot of tapes in your front.
Makes sense.
So this is one side of her head done. Look at the material.
It looks so good.
This is one side completely done. Nice and flat. It didn't move. Like, this is her silk press, just her silk press. Look how flat this is. And look how flat that is. You can't tell the difference.
Can't tell.
It's just the length difference. So that looks great. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to do the other side. I'm doing the exact same thing, and I'm going to show y'all this whole side. So I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm doing a diagonal forward. Well, I guess it's still a diagonal back based on where you are, but curved part. And I'm leaving her a veil. And y'all, if y'all remember, I said that I did 2 tape ends or 2 tape sandwiches on each side for her side part. So that's what I'm going to do on this side as well. I'm going to make sure that I want to curve this part just a tad bit more.
Now, I can say I don't part my hair on this side at all.
So if your client tells you that, then you still do the same thing. Because you want it to be, because you want it to be equal on both sides, you just give them the option, well, if you're feeling a little snazzy one day, you can do it on the other side.
Got options.
You got options.
Now, we do got an extra one. I don't know if one dropped somewhere.
It'll probably drop. But I'll find it.
Okay.
Okay. So we are going to part her a thin part, and as y'all can see, it is diagonal. So we're gonna go in, pull down, lift up, smooth out, clean off those edges on both sides. You're gonna take your other tape and you're going to lay her right on top. Literally. Right on top. And then we're going to take our handy dandy clamp that down. It's movable, breathable. Look at that. Hold on, let's get a good look. There we go. So we're gonna do another part. We're still moving her up diagonally. Okay. So I'm gonna take another clip, put this off. If you have flyaways, don't be scared to use your, if you prefer to use a Velcro clip, use that. And if you don't, like, I'm just one who doesn't. So I just use my handy dandy metal clips. I'm an old school girl. Mm-hmm. So a lot of things that I use were used in the 90s.
Right.
That's just how I learned how to do hair. But You can use what works and what floats your bow. Whatever makes it easier for you. For real, for real. Clamp. Here we go. So we're going to make another, just making sure. Okay. We're going to make another side part on this side. She wanted her side part on the other side right above her recession. So we're going to do the same thing for this one. We're going to curve right above her recession. Let me see. Oh, yeah.
I could do a cute little style, though.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. That'd be cute.
So, and you can do that. Like, it's so many styles you can do with this. It's crazy. So, this is her other side part. And like we did with the other side, we're going to make sure that we give her a veil on each side. So she has her veil on this side. So we're going to do another veil on this side. We're going to part that. I'm going to give her a little bit more. And this is her veil. So I'm going to go in with a tape. And this is why you do a diagonal part. Like I said again, so it can veil right over her. Why am I using this? This melted comb. Okay. If y'all seen early in the video, I melted my comb. But yeah, so we're gonna do the same thing, a diagonal part, so it can veil right over her leave out. And like I said, with the top, you can go as close as you want. But like I said, I do leave like a little. I don't know if my calculations are right, but I want to say this is like a centimeter of hair right here, so it won't be so close to the front. And I'm going to sandwich this. I cleaned her edges. I'm going to place that right on top. And then as y'all can see, it feels right on top. It's seamless. We love seamless.
Yes.
Seriously. Okay.
Seamless everything.
Seamless everything. We don't want people to know where our hair ends and begins.
Bless you.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to lift up. Okay, smooth out. Clean those edges. And we're going to sandwich her. We're going to take our handy dandy clamp and clamp her out.
I can hold the clamp for you too.
Oh, thanks. Please. This is what you call a great client.
Yes. I gotta help you help me.
Okay, help you help me. So we're gonna do another curved section. And I'm going, how many we got left?
Those
two?
We still got a roll.
Okay.
Mystery.
We have
over
one
here.
missing. Really, one? Just
That's
one?
literally one, and I'm like, am I?
Okay, well, that's fine. We're just gonna have to deal with it. It's not, it's okay. So, I'm gonna take a little bit more on that side. So we're gonna take this one. We can get her as close as possible. Put that right up there. Smooth out, clean those edges. Sandwich on top. Okay. So now this is our last tape. So we're gonna do one last, what is this, routine. So we're gonna do a small section, paper thin, to where you can see your comb through it. You're gonna put tension on this part. You're gonna lift it up with tension. Place this tape right on there. You're gonna push it up with your finger, and then you're gonna pull it down. Uh-oh, hold on. I'm gonna make sure this is straight. There we go. Gonna clean off those edges. Smooth down. Uh-oh, there we go. And then this is the last of the mojitos. So we're gonna boom, boom. We're gonna clamp her.
Do you want to cut this in half?
All right.
Kitchen stitching for you. Trying to make a way.
So I'm going to show you all her install. So we're gonna make sure her part is still centered, and it is. I'm gonna brush her out. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Brush her out on this side. And I'm gonna brush her out on this side. And look at that. That's literally butter. Butter.
Y'all not telling me this is not my hair.
You cannot. Look at that. This is no flat iron. This is just fresh off the press.
Fresh out, yeah, this fresh out the pack.
It's fresh out the pack. I'm gonna show y'all her side part, right above her recession.
Ooh.
This is her side part. Does it hurt when I pull it over? It shouldn't be any discrepancies. So we should, I'm gonna do a curved part just so I can be more realistic about how she would want it to the side. And look at that.
Look at that.
So this is her side part. Look at that. Wow. Turn so they can see. So cute. Okay, you can turn back. And this is her side. Here is her other side, right above that recession.
Instant versatility.
Instant versatility. So we have her other side, literally flat, seamless. And then I'm going to show you guys her ponytail. I'm going to take a brush. Sorry, put your head back for me. I'm going to brush her back. Okay. And I'm going to show you all her ponytail. Look at that. Look how seamless that ponytail is.
Wow.
How great that ponytail is.
Flat.
Look at that.
That is so flat.
Can't see tapes anywhere. It's just all her.
Cause it's
All her. I'm going to show y'all the back one more time.
I'm so excited.
Look at that ponytail. Look at that. No tapes. Can't see the tapes on either side. Woo!
And that did.
And
felt
that's
fine. It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt. Good. Nothing pulling. That's great. Okay. So now we're going to style her. She says she wants like some nice big curls. So
I'm going out with my man after this.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just going to work.
Okay, so we are going to give her a little front layer. I do not layer all throughout because if you want to wear it straight, I would want you to wear it straight seamlessly. Okay. So I am just going to sit up straight for me, head straight. I'm just going to go in the front and face frame. So this way, even when she does her, because we are doing it in the middle, the cut is going to be equal throughout. So even when she does her side part, she'll still have a face frame. So we're going to go in, and I always do a long layer in the front, and I always go based off of their chin. So I'm going to go in, pull a little bit down, and then I'm going to just take her like this all the way down. So that way she has that face framing layer, and then I'm going to trim her ends all around. And that just makes it just more flowier with the curls. Yes. You just want to make sure you're trimming the ends on extensions as well.
Let your stylist cut your hair.
Okay. To make the style what you want the style to be, let the stylist cut your hair because my comb's up. Let the stylist cut your hair because it's just gonna make the install. Yeah. Like you're not gonna miss out on any inches. I promise y'all. Like it's gonna make your curls flow. It's gonna make your install happy. It's gonna be a happy install, not stiff. If I keep on dropping stuff, okay, head up for me. And like I said, I'm gonna go off of her chin, so I'm just gonna go in, cut her at an angle, all the way down. Boom. So there goes her face framing layers. And I'm going to trim her ends so that they meet up with the guide. Okay. So here goes her face frame on this side. And her face frame on this side. Kind of want to go in just a tad bit more. All right. So now we are going to curl her.
This is my hair, y'all. This is my hair. This is so natural.
Yes, I'm glad. So y'all get the look of like her, kind of like the rough draft of how it would be when it's straight. Yeah, this is how it would be straight. Nice and just, this is just butter. Yeah. And as y'all can tell, the reason why I place them on diagonally right here is because it's veiling on her face. So if you were to do it straight, these like the extensions would have just laid like this. But instead, they're laying like this. So that way you can have more of a face frame. That way you'll have more hair in your face and it'll just work out the best. So now I'm going to section her off. I'm going to section her off just like how I did her tapes, separate the front from the back. I always curl the front first so the curls can cool. And that way you'll have even bouncier curls than what you would have had if you would have just curled, brushed them off straight off the back.
That's a major tip right there.
That's a major key alert. For real. I just gave y'all my secret. That's a major key alert.
That's a good tip.
So I am going to, I do diagonal all the time. I think that's the best way to do hair, apparently. I think that because when I section off of my curls, I always section off diagonally. So that way the curl it just gives a different vibe than if you were to do it straight. So you just want to do everything diagonally. Thank me later.
Okay.
So now I am save tape remover, highlights, skin prep, prepare. Eraser paste. Is there some hairspray?
Look down where the shampoo and conditioner is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like some good
got
stuff
some.
up there. Yeah.
Okay, great. So now I'm gonna go in with a medium hold hairspray, and I am just going. I'm gonna turn her around so y'all can see. I'm just going to spray it. Don't be scared of the spray. More spray, the more it'll stay. Okay? So,
Spray smells.
and it smells so good. Sorry. Okay. Oh, there we go. So now I'm gonna go in with my this is a 1.5 inch curler. So I'm gonna go in with this, and I start like midway, and I just curl. These take practice, so I can't really tell you how to use them. You just kind of have to practice at your own speed and space and time. So right when I get to the ends, I kind of hold it. The longer your hairstyle is, the longer you'll be the more you'll be heat proof. So, so I kind of like just tap it just to see, like, okay, is the heat already like distributed? So then I get my curl, and I don't just let go of my curl. I crunch her up, and then I let her go. And then I take my hairspray, and I'm going to spray her again. So, yep, hold this for me. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go in. Okay. So I'm going to go in again diagonally, but I'm moving up. Section that off. Spray. Spray me. Spatula. Okay, I'm going to go in with my hairspray. And then I'm going to start a little bit higher this time. Oh, and another key. I always just smooth it out on the top, and then I'm gonna go in a little bit higher so that curl can come up a little bit higher right there. And I'm going to curl this. And the key for getting like big voluptuous curls, I feel like, is bigger sections. You don't want to do small sections with a small curler, because then you'll get like those super tight curls. And you don't want it to be tight. You kind of, loose curls are more like a wave. So you want it to be waved more than curled. We're going to stop that in a sec. But we're gonna continue the course and pay attention to this. So I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna spray this, and then we're going to silence everything. Okay. So as y'all can see, the curls are curling. It's nice and jet black and nice and just nice. So now is where I go in straight. When I've already done my diagonal, I go in straight right here, and I just take off a section. Yeah, I think that's big enough. I'll take a little bit more. I'm gonna clip this to the side. Thank you. This smells so good. So,
Yeah, let's stack this up so he gonna get the good stuff.
right? So, like I said, smooth her out right here. And we're going to take it and curl her as soon as we start on this piece. Just so we can have that feathered effect when we brush her out. And then the layers are going to add to that as well. Please don't do as I do, touching the flat iron. It's just, like I said, the longer you're in it, the more you'll be heat proof. So we're going to just let this sit a little bit longer. Are you excited?
I'm super excited.
So we're going to let that go. And I'm not going to let it go just yet. I'm going to let the hair cool off just a tad and then let it go.
That's a curl.
That's a curl.
That is a curl.
Oh, sorry. I was supposed to give this.
Okay.
Give this to you. Okay.
I got it.
So I'm going to do section this off. And then of course I have it. Mm-hmm. So then we're just gonna smooth this out. You want to make sure the top is as smooth as possible, just so your install will look smooth. So we're gonna smooth that down. And remind you, this is not layered, so you're gonna pull this down a little bit more and start this curl where this curl is. So I'm gonna start it like right here, so that way it'll be a smooth transition. Okay. So tape ins to me give very much. It gives everybody. I feel like it's so many different ways you can wear them. Like I won't even say like, oh, look, it's housewife. But I mean, if the housewife want to go to the club,
Right, you can do that too.
the housewife can go to the club with tape. So it's really just what you want to give at what time you want to give it with tape ins. Right. Like if you want to be a little bit more sassier, I always think side parts are more sassy than middle parts. Yeah. So I always can say like, oh, well, do your side part if you want to look a little bit more sassier. And then middle part if you want to give professional.
Yeah, middle part definitely
gives like professional,
sophisticated.
Yeah. So you can do anything with this hair, literally. Your install lasts up to 12 weeks. Like that's unheard of. That's like braid time.
That is braid time.
Like, so your install lasts and it's gonna look fresh after every maintenance. Like literally, it's not gonna look like, oh, I got a maintenance. It's gonna look like, oh,
it's like I just got my hair done
again. Y'all, I kind of OD on the spray just so it can like stay. But if it's a medium hold, you're good. If it's not like a spritz or a pump it up, right, you can spray it as many times as you like. So again, I'm gonna take a curved part. I'm gonna section this off. I'm gonna smooth it out. Okay. And y'all, when I tell y'all these private label extensions, like look how seamless they look. You can't tell where her hair ends or anything. Like it's the perfect texture.
Yes. So of course, we want to like tape-ins or any type of extensions. The quality of extensions are important as well, right?
For sure. That is like besides hair health, you want to make sure your bundles are healthy.
Right.
Like you want to make sure that you're getting nice quality hair. You don't want the hair to, like just how we were saying about the getting like a curlier texture or whatever the case is. If you want a seamless look, you need to get something that's seamless and matches with your hair. Like that's just automatic. So texture and what kind of hair you get, where you get it from matters.
So for you to be, you know, such an experienced stylist, you worked with from wigs, now you're doing like, you know, you do taping, sewings, you do pretty much a little bit of everything. What would you say is like the key to like how to tell what good extensions from bad extensions? Like how can you tell somebody brought you some good extensions?
Ooh, nowadays,
Because everybody's selling hair.
everybody is selling hair. Everybody thinks their hair is the best. Everybody says their hair is raw. Everybody just says a lot of things. So the best thing you can do, and I'll say this even like with natural hair products or products for your hair, for your natural hair, you just gotta try it. And it takes some money and it takes trial and error, but you have to just try it because you won't know. Like you literally will not know. You cannot go based off of he said, she said, because it might be in your head or in your possession and it be completely different. So you just want to make sure that you're trying it. Try it out. Like there's nothing to it but to do it. Try it out. It's gonna suck if if it doesn't do what you wanted it to do. But you just have to try. You just have to try. But I can honestly say, and this is not even just because I'm here. I can honestly say I love private label extensions. Like they give me what I need to give. And on top of that, they're affordable. Like all of these places are expensive. And I change my hair every 3 days. Like literally. So I'm like needing new hair for different styles and private label has never let me down. Like ever. Like with my wigs, with closures. And I'm not a liar, so I'm really serious.
I know what she said.
So
she hasn't lied to y'all yet. Everything she said is
I haven't. I try not to. But yes, so I would just say to try your hair out. Like try a company out, read reviews. That's the best thing you can do. Like that's the most effective way you can figure it out. And then people look for different things in extensions. So like we said, some people might want curly, some people might want straight, some people might want kinky curly. Like, it's just different things, different strokes for different folks. So I would just say whatever floats your boat, do that and just try them out based off of the reviews. Yeah, that's the only way you can tell nowadays. Like,
that's true.
Just trying it out, like yourself, and just being a little guinea pig.
That's really what it be too. Just being a guinea pig. It does take a little money sometimes, like she said. It could definitely cost you a little bit. But I mean, if you're serious and you are a person that either wear extensions often or you are a stylist, it is important for you to find quality hair extensions.
Yeah. And when you're with someone, stick to them. Like, I just know coming here all the time, I get a discount every time I come here. Like, and that's before anything. That's if you just put your phone number and your email in there, you're gonna get $10 off, $20 off, 15, whatever the promotion is that day. You're gonna get that, and that saves you money because I provide hair for my clients. So, and I get their hair from here. So I just always just create a relationship with who you're going to, because even if not everyone is perfect, not every company is perfect and going to be perfect all the time. So if you have any discrepancies or you have any issues, you should be able to go to your hair supplier and be able
Try to
let
sort it
them be able to reconcile whatever it is that you're feeling. So yeah, I would just say get a relationship, search, go online, and just be intentional. When I feel like whenever you're intentional about finding something, you're gonna find it.
You're gonna find it. That's definitely for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. So we're gonna let these cool, and then I'm at the back.
It's so weird because, like, normally, if you finish in the front, you think you done.
Right. And meanwhile,
we got the back still.
So I'm gonna turn her around so y'all can see me curl the back of it.
You were so fast.
I'm fast?
Yeah, this was fast.
How long have we been doing this?
We started at what? It looked like maybe like 11:30, I think.
Oh yeah. I've been trying to.
You did your big one.
Thanks. It's not even done yet. Right? I love that though. Like, that is my favorite part of doing hair. Like, my clients really saying like, I love my hair and I'm not even done. It's like, that makes me like, oh my God.
Right.
Yes, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Supposed to be doing.
Yeah, like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I actually, want to make sure that my client likes their hair. Like, just because I like it, don't mean that you're gonna like it. Right. So I want to make sure, like, okay, what's your desired look? What do you want to look like? Like, just different things like that, just to make sure and ensure that I'm doing you a good service. Right. Because I am servicing you. I think a lot of time people, hairstylists, these new hairstylists, feel like they aren't in the service industry. Like, you're in the service industry, babe. You have to serve who you're servicing. Right. So, I'm very humble, and I definitely have humility when it comes to doing hair. Yeah. Because, like I said, nobody's perfect, and nobody's gonna get it perfect every time. Right. But as long as I'm trying to see your vision and make your vision happen, that's all that counts as a hairstylist, y'all. Make their vision happen, and they're gonna love you and make a good experience. That's the thing. Like, make sure your clients are having a good experience. Talk to them. Like, even if you aren't in the mood to talk, people don't be in the mood to talk all the time. Right. Whatever the case is. Right. Just make sure that they have refreshments, or they have things that, just little incentives, like just little things that make them feel comfortable and calm and soothing. You can always add on services like hand massages and just different things to make your client feel comfortable. Right. That's the main thing. It's not just about getting your hair done. It's about the experience while getting your hair done, because your client might not be in love with the hair that you did, but they might be in love with you. Like, they might be in love with you. Right. And that makes them come back every single time and not really care about the outcome. Well, they care, but not truly care about the outcome, or not even worried about the outcome, because they know that you're going to take care of them in whichever way that is. Right. So I would tell people, stylists, to focus on being a good person, and then focus on being a great stylist, and being a great service provider, because you are providing a service. And never forget that. Like, I think people be forgetting that sometimes, like, and just like, oh, they have to come to me, or they have to blah blah blah, and it's like, babe, no, they don't. There's options.
And so there always may be somebody that can do something, a little better than you, or whatever the case may be. But like you said, like, your personality, your vibe, your aura, your customer service, your atmosphere that you may provide to your client, that will keep them coming back. They don't care how bad they talk about she could lay that wig down the street. I want to keep coming to you because I enjoy
my time. Exactly. And I enjoy you. Like, and I enjoy my service, like, you don't want to go to the doctor. I can't even imagine going to the doctor. I always compare hairstylists to doctors because we literally take deposits like doctors. Doctors take co-pays. We literally have add-on services. Like we're literally like the same type of setup.
And you changing people's lives.
And you're changing people's lives.
Yeah,
I literally call us doctors.
For sure.
So when you go to the doctor, I couldn't even imagine if I went to a rude doctor. Like, imagine that. Like, I can't. Like, I've never been to a rude physician ever in my life. And I just wouldn't want to go to a rude hairstylist ever in my life.
Right.
So, yeah, ladies and gents, just focus on being a good service provider, a good person. Really investing in your tools and in your products, because that'll make all the difference. All the difference. So, all right, we are curling for dear life over here. So,
this is the fun part.
This is my favorite part. Well, no, I'm lying. Silk pressing is my second favorite. Putting the tapes in is my first, and then this is my third.
The grand finale.
The grand finale. Okay. So before I comb these out, I'm gonna show you how to comb it. Like I was telling you at the wash bowl, I'm gonna show you how to comb it, and I'm gonna show you how to wrap it.
Okay.
Wrap it with the curls and when it's straight. So, okay. All right. We are going to do her last. Oh, all right. We're gonna do her last curls. Remember to smooth her out, just so it can give that smooth effect. And then we're going to curl away from the face. Oh, did I say that? Please curl away from the face, each side, ladies. Split her, like how I have this split down the middle. I just went that way for this one, and I'm going this way for this one. Please curl away from the face on each side. That is a major key alert. If not, your curls will not lay how you want them to lay. So you always want to make sure that you are curling away from the face. So now I am going to, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I am going to spray her down. And before I brush out her curls, I'm going to show her how to comb her install. So with your comb, I tell all my clients to invest in a paddle brush without the balls on the bristles.
Okay.
So like a Denman brush or something like that, or like a wet brush.
Okay.
With your comb, or when you're brushing your hair, detangling your hair, always tip to root. And then once you get up here, you'll never put your comb directly on the surface, because as you can see, it's pulling the tape. So by the time you get up here, you should just be able to rake it down. Gotcha. So when you're on your scalp, you're raking it. Gotcha. You're not just combing. You're raking it down. Okay. And then how you wrap it when it's straight, you'll literally tip to root, detangle it out. Then you'll split it down the middle. Okay. You'll split your hair. I'm trying not to mess up your curls. But you'll split your hair down the middle. Okay. Take it up, cross it in the front. Okay. And then put your scarf on.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that is super
Yeah,
simple.
literally
Okay.
super simple, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, that is very
And then with your curls, you can use flexi rods with your curls,
Okay.
and that will hold your curls. So I'm gonna put a little shine on you. And then now we are going to brush her curls out.
Oh, this is so pretty.
I'm glad you like. Okay. Brush her out on the back. And I'm gonna let y'all see this from the back, how it's looking. See that material?
Okay.
Like that is giving what it's supposed to give. Brush out. Sorry,
No,
sir.
you're fine.
Brushing out. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna turn her around town. And then we are going to get, so now we're gonna tooth her out. And y'all see those layers, how they come into play? Yes. Okay, we're gonna move her to this side. See those layers, how they come into play?
I see it.
And that, honey, is the material. Let's make sure this part is parting. Always make sure to do finishing touches. Don't ever just brush the curls out and think you're done. Please make sure you're doing those finishing touches to where when they get home, they don't have to do too much.
Because like I said, I'm not going home. I'm going to see my man after.
So we are literally, exactly. So we want to make sure, and I'm trying to see, do I want to give you volume? We can do some volume. So this is how you get some volume in the front.
Yeah, show the girls.
You will literally take some hairspray, push it up, take your curl, and literally just go like that. Leave it for some time.
Oh, to give like that height, like that bend up
It gives the height. So literally, just go like this and leave her for a second. You see the difference? Y'all see the difference between when it's like up, and once it cools off a little bit, I'll show y'all a little bit more. But that is what that gives. We're gonna spray it, and then we're gonna do her other side. I'm gonna lift her up. I'm gonna spray her. Come across here. And then we're just gonna go like that. Leave her up for a sec. Spray her again. Position it. And then I'm gonna come back over here. And then now I'm gonna brush her out. And it just adds volume to it. It gives it a little vavoom.
We love the vavoom.
We love the vavoom. Literally, it gives it some vavoom. Yes, ladies and gents. Her. So, this is her hair. I'm going to spray you one more time and cover your face. That way we can make sure she stays in place. Go back around, brush. And that's her. Woo! Let's take the cape off so you can get the full feel.
Good.
So you know it's real.
Oh my God, this is amazing, y'all.
Oh, this looks so good.
Yes.
This looks so good.
Bad girl Ken, don't play with
You
it.
can push her to the front a little bit more if you want it. Give it volume. Yeah.
Beautiful.
This is so cute.
I feel so pretty. I feel so pretty.
I'm glad. So, if you guys want to book, please do. I am under the Instagram handle Bad Gal Ken, BADGYALKENN, two N's. And you can click the link and you can book because this is what it gives.
This is what it gives.
This is what it gives.
Shop private label extensions.
Shop private label
your hair
extensions.
needs.
Yes.
And until the next time. That's all right.
Bye.